So every corner you go around, you're seeing a whole different beauty, eh? You know? And it is beautiful. ZMR 47489, making a trip report, leaving Sugarloaf Bay, 4 POV, out to Happy Jack.
This is Lennie's happy place, off the west coast of the Coromandel.
It was different back in the day. We didn't have this rat trouble.
One of 11 islands in the Motukawao collective.
This spot here is quite significant for you and your people.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty spiritual up there, you know, for me to be walking up there, and it's absolutely beautiful. You can see why they had these outposts in the day, given the 360 view.
As chair of the Island Trust, Lennie realised he had a challenge ahead of him.
The problem was the rats. Well, they were just sort of running around at your feet. This has happened over the last 50 years.
There are more possums in New Zealand than there are sheep. So we're
How
not
many?
At approximately 70 million.
Possums, stoats and rats are pest populations decimating native forest and birds. The predator-free by 2050 national mission aims to eliminate all three. It is lauded internationally, but now this government is pouring cold water on the plan.
It's as if, you know, the government doesn't care. They don't care about the environment anymore.
Whilst there may be a view that we have to save every single species, I think that actually is a very aspirational and ambitious objective, and it's one that we may not be able to deliver on. So we have to be very careful before we say every single species is going to be saved.
I don't agree that we can't save them all. I think we have to look at the technology that the world can provide.
Technology that is here in our own backyard. This young Māori entrepreneur is pushing boundaries in pest control.
If we call ourselves Kiwis, right? Surely we should be able to see kiwi. We see more possums in the environment than we do our native bird. We don't call ourselves possums and we don't want to.
Cameron Baker got his start in the army.
So you were a drone pilot at
Yes.
that time?
Yep. Yeah, we were using small types of drones for surveillance in the military. It was new. It was novel.
And you got asked, would you be interested in applying those to conservation?
Yeah, in the Galapagos Islands of all places. This was the first time in the world that it was a successful operation using drone technology. It proved that we could halve the cost of doing aerial baits to eradicate the rats, which was huge. It meant half the cost.
His technology has been embraced all over the world.
We've done 21 islands to date in 6 years.
So what are we packing this gear up for?
So our team is heading off to the Marshall Islands to do another island eradication project. There is no repair facilities once you get to the islands, so that's why our drones look as basic as they can possibly get. We put our automated tools around the island as well, so an animal would have to interact with this device. It'll get a shot of toxin onto its abdomen and they'll groom it off naturally, and then they'll walk away into their burrows and die. So that forms the virtual wall so that we can defend what we've just gained. And then once that habitat's defended, whilst it can naturally regenerate, we accelerate it. So we come through and we put down native seed pods, which just reintroduces the stock, the fruiting trees, so that we can encourage birds to come back and do that job.
Has it been as easy to get this technology utilised in Aotearoa as it has been overseas?
Not at all.
Why do you think that is?
We've grown up with the tools that we've been traditionally given, and people are very comfortable with that.
When I see people having to go offshore with their products and they're not being recognised here, it's sort of sad, really.
For now, Lennie and his team have to set traps by foot.
So there's no rats in the trap today, but can you tell if there've been rats around anyway?
Yeah, there's still been a few around. Had some poison over there and they ate that. We got that card up there too, which they left prints in there.
Because of the narrowness and the steepness of those gullies, only a drone can get into those areas close enough rather than a chopper sitting up above and just going, you know, splatter.
Are docs supportive of this?
They weren't at the start. By no means were they supportive. I think that's an ongoing issue, quietly, but we need this technology used.
Do you feel like these departments are catching up with technology?
No way, no. But that's a typical New Zealand thing. It's the way we are, you know. And, yeah, the negativity will always come.
If we say, hand on heart, we're going to save every single species, that'll cost, I don't know, I wouldn't want to imagine the cost, but that is literally hundreds of billions, maybe trillions of dollars. And I don't think we're in that space. I think we're in a much more practical space.
The original estimate to achieve the predator-free goal was $32 billion. But with new technology coming through, that cost has been slashed by a third.
Do you believe that the methods that you've developed will lead to 100% eradication?
100%, yeah. Well, I believe that we can achieve that predator-free 2050 by that date.
So are there any other purposes for this drone technology? Drones are very popular in warfare now.
They are.
Will we see any Envico drones showing up?
No, you will not.
Never?
No. There's a big enough war happening on nature. That's our target.
And this is why they do it.
We're just about the only ones that have a permanent population of gannets all year round. So they don't disappear, and they're absolutely majestic, you know. With this eradication process that we go through, once we get there, it's going to make it easier for us to return our native species back, like tuatara. I think they'll thrive back on the islands again, and that'll be great. You know, that's what we're after, that's our vision. My ideal plan would be to open these islands up for ecotourism, to let people enjoy what we enjoy being there.
Biodiversity as a whole is the web of life. Our food, it comes from biodiversity, the clean water that we drink, the air that we breathe, is all related in the web of life of biodiversity. Without biodiversity, without protecting it, we don't have clean water, we don't have food sustainability, we don't have clean air to breathe. If I can work myself out of a job, we've probably saved the world. And I mean, that would be an ultimate goal.